Winnipeg's very famous children's entertainer, none other than Al Simmons. Al, tell us what you've been up to these days. I know you had some hardship in the past.
No, nothing, no hardships.
No hardships.
No. I like soft ships.
Soft ships,
Because
okay.
then when you bump into things, you don't break stuff.
Okay.
Especially when you're pulling up to the dock. Are you a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
I could be a doctor though.
Well, yes, we had some issues. My props and storage, my props and costume and storage shed burned down and burned everything to a crisp. I managed to pull some stuff out before it burned, but you know, like 97% of everything I ever built is gone.
Well, I understand that the great Winnipeggers we are came by and rescued you and did everything really great again.
Yeah, not only Winnipeg, but Thompson and Brandon and even Regina. People from, it was amazing, people from all over the place came forward and donated money to a GoFundMe page. Mm-hmm. And if it wasn't for that, I'm serious, I would have just been bankrupt and just give it up. There was no possible way we could have done it without the help of everybody.
So then you created a whole version of new props in.
Well, enough to get me through the summer, and then come fall I'll have time and I'll build some more stuff. But yeah, right now I've probably got an hour and a half of material to do.
And how long have you been involved in the folk festival? Like, have been many years you've been
well,
on the Chickadee Big Top stage?
Well, I performed first at the festival in probably the mid-70s, I'm guessing. And then Mitch Podolak hired me every single year for years I was here. And when I first started, they had me, I was just everywhere doing shows for everybody, adults and everything. And then they developed the kids area, and then I performed there. And I told Mitch, don't only put me in the kids' ghetto. I call it the kids' ghetto because the kids go there and they just watch those shows. But I always thought it was great when parents would take their kids to see all the other stuff. Kids can handle a variety of entertainment. So now you see families all over the whole site. But yeah, you know, I just love it here. And then for a little while, Mitch Podolak asked me to book some talent. And he put together a vaudeville tent. For maybe 5 years in a row, there was a tent and it was non-stop vaudeville all day long. And I hired people that I got to know over the years. And they'd come in from all over North America, all over the world, some of them from over in Europe, and perform here. And then we would put on a vaudeville show with all of us at the end on a Sunday afternoon. So much fun.
So after your shows, you get to meet some of the audience people that come, because this is a very international folk festival. People come all over the world to attend this event.
They come from all over the world to attend it and perform too, yeah. It's so cool meeting people, yeah.
So you have a chance to, you know, do some meet and greets with people? And
I always, my favorite part is after the show I get to talk to folks, and, you know, and then, you know, they talk about, you know, some of them, this was actually maybe 10 years ago. A woman came up to me, she was in her 30s, and she said to me, my grandma watched you when she was little.
Oh, is that?
I had to do the math and figure out how on earth, but it was possible.
Okay.
That's crazy, isn't it?
So you have a lot of generation of people that know of you then.
Yeah.
You're well known around the world, aren't you, Al Simmons?
All over the world.
All over the world.
Not really. But I've done shows in Singapore and Hong Kong and Japan and Australia, and I have gotten emails from people in Hong Kong that saw me when I was there and communicate with me still. And you know, I performed. There's a vaudeville festival in Seattle, and I was amazed. I was in the far side of town from where the Vaudeville Festival was, walking down the street, and a woman came up to me and said, "Al Simmons, oh, what are you doing here on..." That's crazy, eh? To be in a town far away. So I'm known in pockets. Like I work a lot in South Carolina, North Carolina, I mean, and Seattle, and Vancouver, Edmonton, and across Canada.
So have you done other folk festivals besides the Winnipeg Folk Festival?
Yes, lots of them
Around
all over
Canada or other
Canada and into the States.
into the States?
I was in New York at a festival there, the Pete Seeger's festival, the Hudson River Revival, and another festival in New York. But I'm telling you, Winnipeg sets the standard. They're not like Winnipeg. The volunteer force here is incredible. When I did those shows in New York, they're not volunteers. Everybody's paid. The drivers are paid. The shuttle drivers, they're all paid, and they're not as they weren't as willing to help to figure things out, and it just wasn't as well organized as here. They're amazing. But at Pete Seeger's festival, I did lots of shows there. I was there every day. I went and saw performers, and at the end of the festival, I said to somebody, I thought I would see Pete Seeger here. I didn't see him at all.
Okay.
And they said he was here every day. He's wearing a slouch hat and coveralls. And I said, that was him. He was the garbage guy. He was collecting garbage, picking up garbage, sorting out the recycling.
Is that right?
I saw him every single day.
Wow, and you didn't know it was Pete
No,
Seeger?
because he was working.
Oh, I see.
He didn't. He's not he wasn't in your face showman, like
okay.
he was behind the scenes making sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it that was him.
Great, wow. So
And I got a letter from him. We communicated by mail a couple of times. He sent me a letter and said that he's sorry he missed my show, but how he heard of how I conducted sing-alongs and how crazy eye charts, and he commented, and I wrote him a letter back, and he answered me back.
Okay.
Just seemed like such a neat guy.
Oh, okay. So after this, are you on the road now to do a tour?
I'm at festivals every weekend this summer.
So you're going to travel across Canada to different festivals?
Yeah, from not too far, from Guelph to Ontario to I can't remember, but I end up the end of my little tour, if it continues like that, is Victoria, BC, where I'm with the symphony there.
Oh, you're going to play the symphony, the Victoria Symphony Orchestra?
Yeah, and Vancouver Symphony prior to that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big honor to play with Symphony Orchestra.
Oh, it's unbelievable to be backed up by them, and
Yes.
and the neat thing with a symphony is I've got two audiences. I've got the one in front of me,
Yes.
and they're behind me laughing too.
Yes, yes.
And they're trying to keep their eye on the music, but they're
Yes.
looking up and laughing.
Yeah.
And then the audience is watching them laugh.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? And
Yes.
then they're watching the audience laugh. It's so much fun.
Yes.
And the conductor is my go-between. Like I tell him, I need to hear this, or I need it a little faster, and it's so much fun.
So if people want to find out more about your shows and stuff, where you're at, do you have a website? Or
It's alsimmons.com.
Alsimmons.com. They can find out where you're going to be at.
Yeah, where I'm at and what's
Check
going
out.
on, and
Okay.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus all the social media.
Yes, you're on Facebook and Twitter
Yeah.
and all, Instagram.
Al Simmons Entertainer.
Al
You can
Simmons
find me
Entertainer,
on
they can find you
all
there.
those things.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then they can track of where you're going, and
Yeah.
they might want to visit you and take your show in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take my show in, please.
Yes. Well, thanks very much, Al, for talking with us. And
Thank you.
Good luck on your trip there and your festival circuit.
Yeah, thank you. This was fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.